Today I'm going to tell you the story of Interstellar. This movie, directed by Christopher Nolan, is one of those films that completely changed how people see space movies. So without wasting time, let's go straight into the story. The story begins in the year 2067. Right at the beginning, we see Cooper. Before becoming a farmer, he was actually a pilot. One night, he suddenly wakes up from a nightmare. In that dream, his aircraft crashes, and he wakes up in fear. At that moment, his daughter Murph comes to him and talks to him. Now, Cooper is living as a farmer, because in this world, things have changed a lot. A disease has destroyed most crops, especially wheat. They had to burn everything. Now the only crop left is corn. At the same time, dust is everywhere. Massive dust storms keep happening. People even wear masks just to breathe properly. Inside houses, everything is covered in thick layers of dust. Still, Cooper tries his best to save his farm. He works with his son Tom, testing different pesticides. Murph, on the other hand, has a strong interest in science. One day, Cooper goes to school with Tom and Murph. On the way, their vehicle gets a flat tire. While changing it, Cooper suddenly notices something flying above them. A drone. An old military drone. Even with a damaged tire, Cooper decides to follow it. He chases it across the fields, controlling the car with difficulty, but somehow manages to catch up. Finally, he hacks into its system and brings it down. He even says that the drone's solar panels can power his entire farm. After that, they go to school. There, the teachers say Tom is not doing well in studies. They even say he might not be allowed to continue, and suggest he should just become a farmer, like his father. This makes Cooper really angry. Then they talk about Murph. She is doing well in studies. But one day, she takes a book from Cooper and shows it to her classmates. When they say it's all lies, she gets into a fight with them. The next day, the family goes to watch a baseball match. Everything seems normal. But suddenly, a huge dust storm starts approaching. Everyone rushes back. They quickly get into the car, wear masks, close the windows, and try to drive home. But the dust becomes so thick, they can't even see the road. Somehow, they manage to reach home. Cooper tells Tom to quickly close all the windows. At that moment, he sees Murph running upstairs. He immediately runs after her. When he reaches her room, dust is entering through the window. He quickly closes it and tells her to go sleep with Tom. But then, he notices something strange. The dust on the floor is not random. It forms a pattern. Cooper keeps watching it carefully. Then he realizes, it's not a ghost. It's gravity. And it's sending a message. He converts it into coordinates and decides to go to that location. Murph insists on coming with him, even though he says no. She secretly hides inside the car and comes along. They reach the location, but the road ends. There's only a fence. Cooper tries to break it. But suddenly, a gate opens, and both of them are taken inside. Inside, Cooper is questioned by a robot. They ask how he found this place. He says he will explain everything once his daughter comes. Then they take him to a hall. There, he meets Professor Brand. They ask again how he found the place. Cooper says it just happened by chance. But they say that's impossible. This place is completely secret. No one can find it by accident. Then Murph says something important. She says they found it through gravity. That's when they reveal the truth. This is NASA, still operating secretly. They explain everything, because people don't want resources wasted on space anymore. They are working in secret. The crop disease is spreading. Soon, even corn will be gone. Oxygen levels are dropping. And in the end, humans will die not from hunger, but from not being able to breathe. Then Brand says something serious. Murph's generation will be the last generation on Earth. Later, Cooper asks what their plan is. Brand says something shocking. They are not trying to save Earth. They are trying to leave it. He shows a spacecraft. Their final mission. Cooper asks if they are sending people to find another planet. Brand says yes. The mission is called Lazarus. They discovered a wormhole near Saturn. It leads to another galaxy. Through that, they already sent 12 astronauts to find planets. They've already found 3 planets that they think are good. Now they need a pilot. And they want Cooper. At first, Cooper hesitates. He asks how long it will take. Brand says they can't be sure. Cooper says he has children. Brand replies, "Then go and save them." They show him the wormhole and explain everything. Now Cooper has to make a choice. He goes back home. Murph is angry. She keeps telling him not to go. But Cooper explains time difference in space. He gives her a watch and says, when he comes back, they will compare time. Murph gets angry, throws the watch, and cries. Still, Cooper leaves, says goodbye to Tom, and goes. So now the mission officially begins. Cooper and the team leave Earth and travel into space using the Endurance spacecraft. Before going into deep sleep, Cooper records a message for his family. He says that from space, Earth actually looks peaceful. No dust storms. Nothing like what they are experiencing down there. Back on Earth, Professor Brand gives that recorded message to Murph's grandfather and tells him to send replies so they can reach Cooper. Murph is still angry. She refuses to send any message to her father. Brand says the next message from Cooper will come after he reaches Saturn. Meanwhile, in space, the team is getting closer to the wormhole. Romilly asks Cooper if they can stop the rotation of the ship to properly observe it. Cooper slows down the spin. They all look at the wormhole. It looks like a sphere, bending space around it. Romilly explains that instead of traveling a very long distance in space, this is like a shortcut. He even wonders, who placed this here? But Cooper says he won't thank anyone until they safely return. Then they enter the wormhole. Everything becomes strange. Space bends. Time feels different. Amelia even feels like someone is touching her hand. And suddenly, they pass through it. Now they are in another galaxy. They receive data from 3 planets. Miller's planet, Mann's planet, and Edmund's planet. Miller and Mann are still sending strong signals. But Edmund's signal stopped 3 years ago. There is one problem with Miller's planet. It is very close to a black hole. Because of that, time behaves differently there. Amelia explains that time on that planet moves much slower compared to Earth. Romilly calculates it. 1 hour there equals 7 years on Earth. Hearing that, Cooper is shocked. But Doyle says they shouldn't think emotionally. They need to focus on the mission. Since Miller's planet is closest and has a strong signal, they decide to go there first. They detach part of the spacecraft and land on the planet. When they arrive, all they see is water, an endless shallow ocean. Cooper reminds everyone, they must not waste time, because every minute here costs years on Earth. Amelia and Doyle go to find the source of the signal, but there is nothing there. Only a beacon. Then Amelia notices something in the distance. What looks like mountains are actually massive waves, huge walls of water, moving towards them. Cooper immediately understands the danger. He runs outside and looks at it, then shouts at them to come back. But Amelia wants to collect the data first. She slips while trying to retrieve it. Doyle sends the robot to help her. The robot manages to bring Amelia back. But before Doyle can return, the wave hits, and he is gone. Cooper struggles to control the spacecraft through the water. Finally, he manages to escape. But the engines are flooded. They are forced to wait. And that means time is passing. A lot of time. They finally return to the Endurance. Romilly is waiting. But for him, years have passed. He says, 23 years, 4 months, and 8 days. Cooper is completely shocked. He starts watching the messages sent from Earth. He sees his son Tom growing up, getting married, having children, even losing one of them. Then he sees Murph, now grown up. She says, I knew you wouldn't come back. That moment breaks Cooper completely. Now, they must decide their next destination. They don't have enough fuel for both planets. They must choose one. Amelia says Edmund's planet is better. But Cooper chooses Mann's planet, because Mann is still sending signals. Meanwhile on Earth, Murph visits her brother Tom. Professor Brand is now very old and in a hospital. Before dying, he admits something. Plan A was never going to work. Murph realizes the truth. Her father left. Knowing that Earth couldn't be saved, she feels betrayed. Back in space, they reach Mann's planet. It is extremely cold, covered in ice. They wake up Dr. Mann. At first, he seems relieved, happy to see them. But slowly, the truth comes out. The planet is not habitable. He sent false data, just to be rescued. Then suddenly, he attacks Cooper, damages his suit, leaves him to die. At the same time, Romilly is killed in an explosion. Man tries to escape using the spacecraft, but he doesn't know how to properly dock. Cooper sends a warning not to try, but Man ignores it. He tries anyway, and then the airlock explodes. Man dies instantly. The Endurance starts spinning uncontrollably. Cooper takes control, matches the rotation, and somehow manages to dock successfully. But now, they are heading towards the black hole, and they don't have much time. So Cooper makes a final decision. They will go to Edmund's planet. To reach there, they must use the black hole's gravity. They release the robot to collect data. Then, Cooper detaches himself. He sacrifices himself and falls into the black hole. Everything goes dark. Then suddenly, Cooper finds himself in a strange space, a place beyond time. He sees Murph's room. From different moments, all at once, Murph feels something, but she can't see him. Cooper realizes something unbelievable. He was the ghost. He was the one who sent the coordinates, the one who moved the books. Now, using gravity, he sends data to Murph. Through the watch, back on Earth, Murph understands. She solves the equation. Humanity is saved. Meanwhile, Cooper is thrown out of the black hole. He is found near Saturn. When he wakes up, he is inside a space station, orbiting Saturn. People are living there peacefully. He is told he is now 124 years old. Then he finally meets Murph. But now, she is very old, even though Cooper looks the same. Time has passed for her. After meeting her, Murph asks him to go, to find Amelia, because she is still out there, on another planet, alone. And Cooper leaves again. And that's how Interstellar ends.